Hello, beautiful Gemini. How are you doing today? I'm Dr. Denae, the Awakening Doctor. I'm a metaphysician, spiritual mentor, high priestess, author, and CEO and founder of Your Cells Are Listening, which is a complete lifestyle change from the inside out. All right, I'm here today to do your February love reading. Let's take a look-see and see what is going on. First, with love for yourself, because guess what? How you love yourself sets up an energetic pattern of how others love you. So, listen up, guys, especially if you've been having issues in love. We give away our power when we look outside of ourselves. To gain back our power, we need to look inward and go, okay, everything starts with me. Where am I not loving myself enough? Let's see. Number 50, consider your foundation. Look at how committed you are to love. Number 24, focus on love. Look for the good in everyone. And number 6, be willing to express love. Express love to receive love. Okay. Now these three make sense as to why all of a sudden at the beginning of the reading I went off on this whole self-love thing. Especially with consider your foundation. For me, a foundation in love is always us with our inner child. And that spills out how we are in relationships, love relationships especially. So how committed are you to one, loving yourself, treating yourself the way you want somebody to treat you? And then secondly, how committed are you to what your perception of love is, like what you want a relationship to look like? Is there any room in there for the divine to step in and knock your socks off and surprise you? This focus on love, look for the good in everybody. Where are you not seeing the good in you? I feel as if that you've got some inner dialogue going on. Whatever's gone on in this connection, it's triggering an old thought form programming. Matrix programming is what I call it. The 5 human habits: judgment, guilt, condemnation, shame, and blame. Where in your internal dialogue are you having those thoughts and conversations about yourself first? But if you're at that stage where, I don't want to just use stage. If you're in the energy where whatever went down in this situationship, whatever it is, that you've got blaming and judging and all of those things going on. It's a programming that we do, especially if we're hurt or angry or frustrated. The human habit is to lower. This is what happens when we jump into this energy of wanting to point the finger and blaming and blaming. And I'm not saying they didn't do anything. It takes two. What I'm saying is to level up. The advice of this reading is how to level up in love and manifest what you want in love. But it always starts with you first. So I'm going to be dropping knowledge on you on how to deal with yourself. Self-mastery is key, especially if you're on the awakening journey, especially if you're in a twin flame connection. And even for those of you, maybe you haven't met your twin flame yet, but you want to be in a twin flame connection, this is for you as well. When situations arise and there's disagreements, it's the human habit to jump into and marinate in and think about what went down, what the other person did, said, or how they made you feel, whatever. Instead of being able to take a deep breath and just go, okay, whew, that hurt, this, whatever just went down. I can't afford to analyze them and what they're thinking, what did they mean to say, what's going on with them. I don't have time for that. I need to look at myself. Why did this trigger me? Why am I feeling this way? Whatever you're feeling. And turn that inward. Ask yourselves, what is this bringing up? Is it bringing up abandonment, rejection, times when you've been gaslighted before, any of those triggering emotions? Because you're not going to get anywhere with yourself or with anybody else or in the relationship if you keep coming at it from, you did this, well, you made me feel this way. Again, not invalidating that, but stepping back from that for a moment and looking at a different perception of it and saying, okay, wait a minute. How did we get here? Now that we are here, why is this upsetting me so much? Cells, show me when I first felt this energy before. And then get quiet. Just be able to, breathe for a few moments and let that question settle in. Your body is always responding to you. It is always answering you. Your cells have always been listening. Every thought form, a thought form is a thought and a feeling attached to it that you've ever had about yourself or anything else is stored on your cellular level. And we grew up in the matrix. We learned the matrix. We learned how to be the biggest bullies to ourselves. We are the hardest on ourselves than anybody could be to us. What happened when we were younger, we took on the projections of the energy of what we picked up in the different environments or situations, and we added that. We took that in as if it was truth. The example I like to use is a young child goes to put their hand on a hot stove. They're just being curious. Let's say it's a loving adult, it's a great family environment. I know that's not for everybody, but for my example, that child goes to put the hand on the stove. The mom sees it, normal, loving mom, and she reacts. She's reacting out of fear. She doesn't want her child hurt, but she yells, "Don't do that!" Whatever. What does the child do? The energy is like a shock to the child because the child's in this energy of adventure and wanting to try something else out. Then, boom, this opposing energy comes out of nowhere. And it's like, the kid gets scared. They start crying. Take this back to yourself. Maybe it wasn't a hot stove, whatever it was. But then, depending on how the rest of that scenario played out, if you were yelled at, scolded, made to feel bad or guilty, you would internalize that as I'm bad, I'm stupid, I'm this. Our brains are in theta state from 0 to 7. That means it's constant recording everything you took in with your human senses. And you had no way to filter that or discern that. But that got written on your cells. Everything is energy. As you've gone through life, and this relationship is no different, when certain energies trigger you, that's what I call it, when they trigger you or hit you, this programming from back when you were, let's say, 4 years old, we'll just take 4. 4 years old, you put your hand on the stove, you got yelled at, and then, you're sitting there and crying, and inside, oh, what's wrong with me? Whatever. We're not going to go down there. When you get triggered, you sit there long enough, you keep lowering that vibration, feeding those thoughts and feelings, you get to that point and you're like, whoa! But you're not understanding that it's a false belief. The belief from that experience was that you were bad, you were wrong, you should have known better, whatever. This is a general reading. It could be different for all of you. But that got written on your cells. It's an energetic footprint of, and then you add onto it. Anytime you go into that self-sabotage, self-defeating internal conversation with yourself. Yeah. Because what you feel, you make real. Okay, I haven't even gotten through all the cards yet, and we're at 12 minutes. Somebody needs this message. Be willing to express love. Express love to receive love. Absolutely. Guys, when we're awakening, we've spent so long in the Matrix. The Matrix taught us 3D love. Painful love, judging love, great one day, the next day it's gone, stuff like that. It didn't teach us the 5D love, the unconditional love, the, we are all one, no judgment, no condemnation, none of that. We weren't taught that, but that's what we're awakening to, because that's who we are at our core. As we go through that, these experiences come up and it feels like the biggest heartbreak of our life. What's happening is when you're going through this awakening, your heart chakra is opening. You're starting to look at these false beliefs about yourself. When you do that, you start to fall in love with yourself. You start to see yourself in truth, not from that duality, judging, negative place. And as you do that, you raise your vibration, but your heart opens. And when you're getting more illumination and evolving and going to the next level, the cellular debris has to come up so it can be released. And it's not to come up so you have to sit in it and analyze all of it. No, acknowledgement. It comes up and you acknowledge it and go, oh, okay. And then you can release it. Things only can have power over us if we're giving it to them. And we give it to it by thinking about it. All right. All right. I don't know who I'm picking up on. But you're exhausted. You don't feel seen. You don't feel heard. You don't feel recognized. And that's how you have felt in childhood as well. Feels like you're in a connection with somebody. It's this King of Cups energy. They give off this persona that they're the King of Cups, but they're not. They're really a page. So in this current energy, the King of Cups has deep emotions. They just don't show it. They're more head over heart. But this King of Swords is checked out. King of Swords, King of Cups. He's in this Four of Swords energy. He's emotionally checked out. I mean, his emotions, they're on lockdown. But he is very masterful with his words and even his actions. So you could really feel and believe that there's deep emotion here. This is, you know, a soulmate, spiritual match type of thing. But that feels like a facade. Because emotions really, like I said, they're very locked down. Yeah. They're not moving out of this Four of Swords energy at this time. Tell me more about the Page of Swords. Yeah. Yes, this is the spy card of the tarot, the internet stalker. Why talk when you could stalk type of energy. I feel like that's what you pick up on a lot, that this is more, and this person could be younger than you, or it's just emotionally more immature. Yeah. See, I feel like you know this, that this person is portraying themselves as a king. Maybe via social media, maybe in the time that you've spent with them or whatever, they're showing you this king-like status, but really they're not offering you anything except for words, really, because they really are more of a Page of Swords energy. Yeah. And it's like when things get too emotional or appear to get emotional, they walk away. There was an equal give and take in this connection. Again, I just really pick up a lot of emotional immaturity. Yeah. Spirit, give me 2 cards on Gemini's energy towards this person. What is Gemini's energy? Now, Page of Cups. I feel like you know something is just out of your grasp, or almost like again, it's younger energy. Gemini, if you've been the one who's had to soothe this Emperor's ego. So the Emperor came out in reverse when I first saw it, then it kind of fell sideways. I'm going to read it both ways because, again, I feel as if this person did you fall in love with their potential? Because that's what this feels like. It feels like they have potential, but they're really just acting very immature, very careless about this. This feels like this connection got heavy for you. Like you felt like you were carrying the burden. And I feel like when this energy that you're dealing with is very insecure, very much in altered ego, like trying to it feels like they're working on themselves, but they're still more in this page energy. They're not a true king or a true emperor. But that's what they want others to believe. I don't feel that you've been fooled by this at all. But you did see this person, or do see this person as your Ten of Cups. We have Judgment here. So there's an awakening happening. Feels like you're leveling up, and this person feels like this person is at a different stage in their journey, a different stage in their awakening. This last whatever went down put you into this hermit mode, which is good, because you needed to pull back your energy to be able to get clear. Because you're showing up in the King of Swords energy. King of Swords is truth. You're looking for your true Ten of Cups. And it feels like you're no longer ready, you're no longer willing to play with this page. Are you waiting for a message from them? Feels like they are going through the part of their awakening where could be losing money, houses, cars, businesses. And right now they're still blinded to their role in this connection, what's gone down, but not just with this connection. It feels like that's the energy they're staying in every area right now. They fell on the floor. Tiny. All right. I knew this card was going to come out. Seven of Cups. Options, illusions. Choices. Procrastination. You may have been waiting, Gemini, and holding off on making a decision to walk away and go on your own, or go after your true Ten of Cups. feel like you were being dragged down by their energy, their burdens, their issues. And you decided to start pulling your energy back from that. And as you did, your life started to improve. But then this person would feel that, and then they'd come back in. But quickly, you guys were bickering or at odds with each other over truth. It doesn't feel like this person has really come clean or told you the truth about their finances, what's really going on in their life, things like that. You've sensed this. It feels like you've made the decision to turn inward, focus on you, and go after your pinnacles and move forward. And as you do that, go into your hermit mode. No, not going to hermit mode. I feel like you're about to come out of hermit mode. I feel like you've been in hermit mode, really focusing on what is going to make you happy. You still have the door open for this person, but if they don't come at you correctly or with the truth, you're not going to idly sit by anymore and wait. This does feel like a soulmate connection. It's not over. It's not over. They will be coming back. Spirit, give me 3 cards on this person's energy, please. Cards don't want to talk now. Yeah, this person doesn't want you to know some things. There's some secrets here. Again, I think it has to do with finances, status, Tower, an 8 of Wands, the Tower reverse, and 8 of Wands, yeah. This whole conflict had to happen so you would go inward and look and see where in you were looking for fulfillment outside of you. If you haven't taken that time to sit with yourself, have this communication with yourself, have this talk with yourselves, because your answers are within you. Having this time with yourself, talking to yourselves, really listening to your body. you avoid a tower moment. And in avoiding this tower moment, sorry, I just heard something really weird. As I was about to say, now we have 7 of Cups again. So that's twice. Five of Wands again, but now it's in reverse. You making your choice to find your happiness your way squashes the arguments, the bickering, and it's going to open a way for communication to come in so that you both can get clarity and clear the air. Gemini, just keep in mind, you have been moving through your awakening quicker than this person. This person is still a bit stuck in the mud. It's not your job or responsibility at this point, or any point really, to pull them out or show them the way. They are in this energy at this point in their journey where they have to walk through this on their own. We all have to go through that solitude time. And where we end up hurting ourselves more is when we stay too long and we really want to help. But it's enabling the other person, and it keeps our focus off on healing our own thoughts and emotions internally, because you're only responsible for you and healing your thoughts and your emotions, because your external world reflects your inner world. All right, so let's wrap this up. Holy moly, 38 minutes. I was planning on doing a 15-minute read. Wow, all right. Somebody needed to hear this message. Let me know in the comments. All right, Spirit, all of you and none of me. Show me what Gemini needs to see. You manifest what you feel. 100%. Words qualify, feelings activate. So, and the mind's mastery lives in the heart. You're not broken. You're in the process of putting the fragments back together. All right? All right, beautiful Gemini. I hope that gave you clarity and some tips for you to find the courage within you to continue on your awakening path, because there are big things wanting to come in for you. It's time to free yourself from this. It feels almost like some stuck energy. All right, Gemini.